What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. My name is Michael. You can call me MOLT. I am not at my office. I am hanging out with my family, but still working, you know? And man, am I happy because we hit Infinite last night with a completely unique deck that I made, and I freaking love it. This is our big move deck. Now, I did a video on this yesterday, but I took out Enchantress and threw in Shuri. So if you guys do not have Shuri, then go and watch that video. We had Enchantress in the deck for scenarios like a lot of people playing Thanos with Blue Marvel and Khazar. Enchantress is great for that. A lot of people playing Mr. Negative, where they will end up playing Iron Man, Mystique, etc. So she's really, really good in that. I like making move decks because move in itself is kind of control, because you're controlling where things are going, you're moving things, etc. But you also need things in decks like this, like Shang-Chi and Arrow and other random things like that can really help you out. Vision even is a really, really good card. I kind of slept on Vision for a long time, but especially Shuri Vision is incredibly powerful and gives you lots of opportunities to stress your opponent out. They don't know where you're moving it. Lots and lots of power there, especially if you can get Vision down with Project Pegasus or something like that. It gives you a massive bonus. But we've got Sunspot, Iron Fist, Dagger, Kraven, Cloak, Vulture, Shuri, Shang-Chi, Arrow, Vision, Heimdall, and Magneto. If you don't have Magneto, I've seen some people commenting that, you can, there are two different routes you can choose. You can choose to go with cheaper cards and bring Juggernaut or Polaris, which will add a little bit more move control to your deck. Polaris being able to buff Kraven, and Polaris also being able to screw up people who are playing Wong or Angela, things like that. Polaris gives you lots of flexibility to move things and also add that 3/5 power on the board as well, which is always good. If you don't have Shuri, like I said, I was using Enchantress before, you can do that. But one of the biggest things I would encourage you guys to do is just experiment. So I honestly don't think that unless you've played the game a lot and you feel really comfortable with building decks, I would say don't copy the decks that I build perfectly. Obviously you can, and you can play with them. But the whole point of this game is to do things that make you happy and make you have a lot of fun, and move is by far the most fun archetype in the game to me, and that's why I constantly go back to it and try and build new decks that are really, really good. And so for you guys, if you see a creator who's built a deck and you don't have certain cards, it's okay to ask them what they would replace things with, but I would also encourage you to look at the scenario and be like, okay, that's Magneto. What does Magneto do? He moves things. What else moves things? Polaris, Juggernaut, okay, this, that, and like try and figure things out like that on your own, so that then you can get better at building decks as well. The deck is amazing. Like I said, we hit Infinite last night. Super freaking stoked on that. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Say they could have played Magneto or something like that, but if they played Magneto, they would have moved our Vulture, thus giving it 5 more power. So they would have had to be careful with that. 4 cubes right there. If we could have snapped after they went and probably gotten 8, but again, I'm in Infinite. My goal now is to teach and show things as they play out so that you guys can potentially learn and so that we can kind of see how things work. I'd be bummed if they had retreated and we couldn't have shown that it was going to be Odin, even though we all kind of knew. All right, Iron Fist, Cloak, Shuri right off the jump, which is good. Ooh. So I actually wouldn't mind filling this up. If we can draw into Dagger or Vulture here, I'm going to be real happy. Because I would love to get these back, because actually we would get I was gonna say we would get Shuri again. Okay, we got Kraven here. That actually kind of bums me out. So right off the jump here, they're playing Mr. Negative and they just got Limbo for free. How do I know they're playing Mr. Negative? They're playing Bast. Typically, Bast is played in Mr. Negative decks. They snap because of Limbo, which also means that they probably have good things in their hand. So at this point, this is just a retreat. There's no need for me to see what's going to happen. We're going to leave there. As you learn people's decks and things that are typically in them, like you see a card like Bast, what does that tell you? What deck does that typically tell you? Mr. Negative. And then based off of Limbo, you know that Mr. Negative thrives at 7 turns, which is why they have Magic in their deck. So when they get it for free and then they don't have to play Magic themselves, you bounce. It's not worth it. Don't give them that advantage. We can start off with Sunspot over here to the left, and then see what we can do. Nice, we don't mind that. This person's having fun. I don't doubt that they would have a Killmonger, if I'm honest. Man, dude, this is when I wish I had armor. This is when I wish I had an armor. Oh, watch this though. Y'all ready? We can go here and here, and they're not going to play anything, but watch this. Oh, wow. Like, literally, thank you. That's hilarious. We just got a free 2/10 right there. That's nuts. We can go Vision after this. Definitely prepared for a Killmonger. Mysterio, yeah. So they're playing like a Sarah, Mysterio, Bishop, Killmonger, Nova type deck. So we're, at this point, we are now not going to rely on Sunspot. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and play both of these to potentially save Sunspot. We might not. Okay, interesting. So what we were going to try and do there was save the Sunspot by pulling it over to the cloak, and then we could have just visioned, or we could have just arrowed somewhere and been able to take them out at that point. All right, playing That's So Raven. I've faced this person a good number of times on the ladder. We shall see what happens here. Okay. I mean, anytime you lose one of those stones, it doesn't matter. In fact, a lot of times it's good because it gives you more room to work. They are probably going to try and fill that up very quickly. Excuse me. We have Heimdall in hand, which is going to be good because Danger Room is on the left. So I don't really need this. I don't really need Sacred Timeline, if I'm honest. So we'll end our turn here. All right, they're going Sunny too. Time Stone. Now they can probably fill up the whole middle location just because of that Time Stone as well. We'll go here, and I'll go here. Then we'll move Cloak into the middle, and then we can move it all back over to the right side to get some extra power over there. Yeah, now they're definitely going to fill it up. Oh, yeah. Actually, so we do this then. Nice. That was a good top deck. Doesn't change too much because we were going to move the Cloak over there, buff Craven, and then be able to move it back to the right anyways. Yeah, sick. So Dagger's going to get over here real quick, like buff itself. And then we've got Cloak over here to cause some problems too. And we're going to be able to move Vision over to Danger Room without any real problem. Ooh, is that what we want to do though? Because we have Heimdall here. So here's the question. I think what we do is we go here and here. Do I want to play Heimdall though? Let me think about this, because we can get an extra buff from Vision onto Craven before moving it. I think we go here and here, and we'll go here. No. This is so tough. I think we do this. I'm not gonna move Dagger. Dagger's already in an okay spot, and then we can get it even bigger over there on the left. Wow. Gosh, that was lucky. That was lucky for them, for sure. Man, that was lucky for them. Okay, so we move this right here. It's gonna buff Craven. We play Heimdall right here. It's gonna move those over. Then it's gonna move it again to the middle. And give us 8 power somewhere else. So this will be interesting. I don't know if this is gonna end up working out for us. Again, they got pretty lucky with that double Blue Marvel and Sinister London, which is honestly pretty frustrating. But is what it is. All right. How big does that get that? Let Heimdall go to the middle. We lose that now in the middle, don't we? No, we're still at 17. Wow. That was sick. That was a really, really good. That was a really, really good game there. One thing that you have to know and realize when you're playing Move, you don't want to put too much power on one location. It is way too easy to play Cloak and to move Craven and Dagger. If I had moved Dagger there, we wouldn't have been able to win that left side. Or Dagger would have ended up I'm not really sure. But one thing that you have to be really careful with Move is putting too much on one location. You want to try and win those 2 locations and have a little bit of power on another one right there. That was sick. And if Heimdall had landed in the middle, we would have won by even more. So let's go. That's good. All right, nothing to do here. Fisk Tower is obviously always really, really brutal for us. I want to show them that I'm playing a move deck just so that there's potential for them to, this could be troublesome because we're gonna need to try, I want to arrow in the middle, but obviously they have Daredevil. Okay, so they're playing a Galactus deck. Or there's a pretty good chance they're playing a Galactus deck, so we just have to be a little bit careful with that. Fast, definitely don't really use that, obviously. I think that was actually pretty helpful for them. We'll go over here. This one's gonna be dangerous for us, y'all, honestly. Okay, maybe they're not. Huh. Okay, now I'm actually a little bit confused as to what they're playing. So they do reveal first. We're gonna play this right here, because then they have to play on this location. Actually, if they played, they could play Galactus on the left here. We didn't have priority going into this one. I still don't think they're playing Galactus. Invisible Woman, Mr. Fantastic, it doesn't seem like it. I'm honestly not sure what deck they're playing. But, okay. Why would you do that? Okay, so this is a bot. So this is a bot. Wait, did they leave immediately? They saw what I was gonna play, dude. What the heck? Oh my gosh. All right, that's it, guys. Having fun with this deck. Like I said earlier, very similar to the video that I did yesterday, but we threw in Shuri, and it's just good. It's just a fun deck that catches people off guard and honestly is winning a lot. So thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate you. See you in the next one. Peace out.